Hey guys, and welcome back to the Best Team National Dex series. I'll go through the rules of things once again real quick. This team is the actual best team chosen by me, focusing on giving you literally everything you're going to need to tear through the game. You get in the Pokemon at the start and have the ability to evolve any trait evolutions without actually trading, where all Pokemon that exist aside from legendaries are available. The first video in this series saw us start with Johto as always, using Fire Red and Leaf Green. This time, we're gonna head to Johto. And it makes a lot of sense to keep the remake love here and use HeartGold and SoulSilver. It gives us a ton of options for our team, and I think we've got a great best team ready and able to go. So let's not waste any more time and just get right into the team. Before that though, if you haven't already, head over to my new What If/fanfic channel where I read anime fanfics. If that's up your alley, then consider heading over there. Link will be in the description below. You guys know how these teams begin. We go starter, and this time we're shining the bright lights on Feraligatr. While I would normally be saying Typhlosion is the best starter in Johto, there isn't actually much of a need for a fire type with the team I've assembled today. So with Feraligatr slotting in as the team captain, we can get this team off the ground. Totodile will evolve into Feraligatr by level 30, which is nice and early. The earliest any starter Pokemon can actually be fully evolved. I mean, hey, a few levels can sometimes make the difference, and I'm actually a pretty big fan of this earlier evolution. So that's really all there is to talk about as usual, since this is a starter. Let's see the moves. Surf, Waterfall, Ice Fang, and Crunch are the moves on this Feraligatr today, which is the most basic moveset you'd ever see from an in-game perspective. Surf is obtained at the Dance Theater in Ecruteak after putting on a nice show against the Dancer. Then Waterfall, you'll find that HM in the Ice Path on your way to Blackthorn. Ice Fang will be learned at level 21, and it's a pretty nice coverage move, especially for how early you can get it. Finally, with Crunch, you'll see that at level 32. This is a nice set of moves that make Feraligatr a major threat on the field, especially that nice Waterfall. Next up on the team, we're gonna pull out Scizor. Figured why not pull out some more nice Johto power? It's not easy to get Scizor usually, but with the format we're building under, it's gonna be just fine. Scyther is a pretty good Pokemon on its own while you wait to evolve, featuring a high attack and speed stat for the early game. When you evolve in the Scizor, you might have to contend with the fire weakness, but it's all good. The power trade-off and having a Feraligatr backing it up will make this Metal Mantis a big threat on the battlefield. If you don't believe me, check out these moves. We've got Iron Head, X-Scissor, Aerial Ace, and Slash putting this set together. So with Iron Head, Scizor will learn that at level 53. That'll be during your time in Kanto, so you can piece together other Steel-type moves for the Johto time of things. Then, with X-Scissor, you'll learn that at level 41, which is also pretty late, but there is always Fury Cutter while you wait to learn that too. How about Aerial Ace? That's found in Mount Mortar, but you'll need Surf and Waterfall, so it's definitely gonna be late game stuff. Maybe run Wing Attack from Scyther until then. Finally, we have Slash on this bad boy with its high crit ratio. Expect to get that move at level 29, and then literally just cut up everybody. Next up, we have another Pokemon that is normally just some trait evolution that a large amount of people wouldn't use, despite its massive popularity. It's Gengar, which has often been a Pokemon I feel is a nice one to pull out in the Johto region during a HeartGold and SoulSilver playthrough. I really like Gengar a lot, and I know most of you guys do, so I figured this isn't exactly controversial. Its special attack stat is tremendous, and it has some pretty nice speed behind it. The Ghost type actually plays pretty well in Johto. It'll for sure help you with some early gym battles. I mean, that's why Ghastly is an early game Pokemon to begin with. So you guys are already super understanding of why we're gonna use Gengar. So let's see its moveset. Gengar's got Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, and Dark Pulse. So those first two moves, being a couple of stab darlings, are just so effective on this guy. And of course are the main attacking moves. Shadow Ball is learned at level 33, and then Sludge Bomb is a TM you'll get over by the Lake of Rage. The Thunderbolt TM is going to be able to get snatched up in Goldenrod's Game Corner, so go ahead and stock up some money to buy it. Finally, we have Dark Pulse learned at level 44. I know what you guys are saying. Why would you run Dark Pulse and Shadow Ball? Well, I wanted 4 moves on this set, and for one to be Stab. And there just wasn't a 4th move I was explicitly interested in using for this set. Consider it extra PP for a strong move that can flinch, unlike Shadow Ball. So we'll move into the second half of the team with Pokemon you really don't see in a traditional HeartGold and SoulSilver playthrough. We'll start with Gliscor. I mean, yeah, you could find a Gligar in Johto, but pulling out a Gliscor is pretty much impossible. However, for our NatDex team, we're gonna have this Fang Scorpion swinging around for us. It's got nice defense, so we can trust it to take hits when need be, and its speed/attack combo is just right for a playthrough. Its typing of Flying Ground is super nice too, bringing 2 typings we could really use on the team. I mean, we have plenty of checks for ice types, so there's nothing to really worry about or to be afraid of. With that said, let's get into the moves. We've got Cross Poison, Night Slash, Earthquake, and Wing Attack on our Gliscor today. We'll start off not with a stab, but with the coverage. Cross Poison is learned as an egg move, so we'll have that strong move right from the get-go in a playthrough. Then there's Night Slash. It learns that as an egg move too technically, so we'll take advantage of that instead of waiting for level 31 to come along. Earthquake, you'll need the TM for. That's gotten in Victory Road, but Dig isn't available TM to use before then. You can find that at the National Park. Finally, we've got Wing Attack, a final egg move that's there from the get-go. We'll have this Gliscor set mostly built when the game begins, which was a big part of what pushed me to want to use it. These are all nice moves to have so early on in the game. Next up on our team, I had to go looking for big power, and I found it with Lucario. We all know just how good Lucario can be, on top of just how popular it really is. I figured nobody is going to argue a strong fighting type. Well, I can see you arguing the fact that we now have a second steel type on the team. But I really felt like focusing on the other things Lucario can do as opposed to its effectiveness as a steel type. Don't get it twisted though, that steel typing will just be another defensive typing to throw on the field from time to time when we do need a little resistance. So you start with Riolu and it'll evolve into Lucario when it loves you during the day. Considering just how good Riolu can be in the early game, and that you can have it with you outside of its Pokeball, I don't think you'll have a hard time getting the evolution quickly. Alright, our moveset for Lucario today is Close Combat, Dragon Pulse, Bullet Punch, and Blaze Kick. Close Combat is learned at level 42, but there are so many options for fighting type moves prior that you'll have to choose from. Then, with Dragon Pulse, you'll be learning that at level 47, with Bullet Punch and Blaze Kick being a set of egg moves that I was very happy to put on this set. The priority of Bullet Punch is lovely, and Blaze Kick being our fire type move from such an accomplished attacker is nice to have. Not too shabby of a moveset if you ask me. Finally, we'll close out our team today with a really different choice. I didn't feel like doubling up on starters again, even if I could. So when searching for a grass type, I decided not to use Sceptile, Torterra, or Venusaur. That really starts to shrink the available choices. But I went and did something interesting. Cacturn. It's a really different choice you would never expect to be on a best team, but today, I loved what it brought to the table. Cacturn's dark grass typing is polarizing. Plenty of weaknesses, but just as many resistances. It's a situational Pokemon, and you'll for sure come across many situations warranting using this thing. The offensive stats are stellar, and it's got a decent fitting spot on this team with everything else we've built up. You guys know what's truly important though? Seeing the moveset. Let's take a look. So today's final moveset is Seed Bomb, Sucker Punch, Drain Punch, and Swords Dance. We had to go with Seed Bomb, as it's an egg move and was just too powerful to leave off the set. Who wouldn't want this on their Cacnea from the get-go? Then we have Sucker Punch for a little more stab, learned at level 41. You can use Feint Attack until that comes around. Drain Punch is learned via a TM you can get on the Moo Moo Milk Farm. That's a real nice one for some recovery. Finally, Swords Dance is learned via a TM, and that TM will cost you coins at the Goldenrod Game Corner. So that's our team, but now we gotta check what they're able to cover. We'll start with Falconer, who will be handled by, well, anything. This is a rare time where I didn't worry myself with having a move for flying types. We have 6 really strong Pokemon with other moves that are OP for the start of the game, so it didn't matter too much in this instance. As for Bugsy though, we've got Lucario and Gliscor. For Whitney, you can use Lucario, especially for big damage. Morty is at the mercy of Cacturn. Gliscor and your own Gengar. For Chuck, we have Gengar and Gliscor. As for Jasmine, she literally can't handle Lucario and Feraligatr double teaming her squad. Then your battle with Price is handled also easily by Lucario and Cacturn. And that final gym battle with Claire is going to be a group effort, but Feraligatr's Ice Fang will definitely help against the Dragonairs especially. Your battle with Archer to defeat Team Rocket will be the Feraligatr show too. Nothing to worry about against him. The Elite Four is as followed. Cacturne and Gengar will be most useful against Will. Koga's team is handled by Gliscor, Lucario, and Gengar. You'll be able to use Gliscor to cave in Bruno's fighting type romp. And finally, Karen is most afraid of your Lucario. When you take on Lance to win the championship, you'll use Gengar's Thunderbolt for his non-dragon types, and then allow for Alligator and Lucario to handle the actual dragons. When you head into Kanto, you'll have a battle with Silver and Mount Moon that will be best handled by your entire team. There's one Pokemon for each of his that has an advantage. Brock's team can be swept by either Lucario or Gliscor. You can use a Cacturne Gengar combo against Misty. You'll handle Lieutenant Surge with Gliscor. Erica can be handled by Gliscor and Lucario too, with a little cameo from Scizor if you like. As for Janine, her team doesn't want to deal with Gliscor or Lucario either. Those two Pokemon really work together well, folks. Sabrina is done in by Cacturne, as her team just can't touch it. And then Blaine is a job best left to the Gator. And Blue's mishmash of a team is yet another combined effort. Finally, in the battle with Red at the top of Mount Silver, Gengar's Thunderbolt can really wreck half of Red's team, while Gliscor and Lucario can wreck the other half. It's honestly not hard to just use the team you're afforded to tear those last few battles apart. So that's it. The team is made. The best for HeartGold and SoulSilver when everything is on the table. That was a lot of battles I had to go through. Johto is pretty rough with that. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the team. Did I catch you off guard with that Cacturne? Did I use some of your favorites? I want to hear all about it. As for the next team, I expect us to do a little something in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire perhaps. You guys will find out. But until then, I'll see you next time.